Hello there, everybody. Pete here. In this video, I'm actually going to be exploring the new AI features from Descript. Released a week or two ago, they packaged everything up onto Underlord. I love the name. So in this video, this is just a demo. I'm just going to be showing off these features using some real-world projects, just to show you exactly what it does, how it looks, how well it works, and that sort of stuff. Hey there, 3 things. Number 1, sorry if there's a little bit of background noise, but I actually edited this video you're watching with Descript and used the studio sound. So I'm hoping it actually sounds okay. I'm traveling. I'm in a coffee shop at the moment. Number 2, all the footage you're about to see is on this laptop, which is a MacBook Air, the M2 silicone chip. That's probably from like 2021, maybe. So it's not a top of the line model. And last thing, Descript is paying me to make this video. This is not a review. I'm not going to share like a ton of opinions. They didn't tell me what to say, but I am just going to be showing off the features and demoing all the Underlord stuff in this video. Let's go. All right. I got my bro cap on. I'm ready to start. So let's actually start off with this right sidebar, which is where you will now find almost everything in Descript, which again, this is not my review. This is not my opinion, but thank goodness this is amazing. Everything accessible from this one spot. I'm so happy with. Before I show you Underlord, there were some UI and UX improvements in this latest Descript update. It's been about 3 months since I've used Descript, but I've been using it a ton the past week. Loading in files when you start a new project seems faster, especially on the web version. And I'm going to show you a few things on the web version. Let me edit in Descript. This is from Podcast, which is what I use for my podcast interviews. This process right here, loading in new videos, transcribing, that sort of stuff. It has this, separate tracks, place, create project, import buttons. Okay. This right here is faster from my experience. I'm hoping they actually did work here, so I'm not just imagining it, but I'm pretty sure it's faster. General editing does feel a little bit smoother as well. Again, I don't know exactly what they did. I just want to share my objective thoughts here. General editing does feel smoother, and studio sound, especially, I'm assuming it applies the same way, but using studios here, it feels way faster than it used to be. Way faster. It used to take like 10 minutes to go through like a podcast episode and like apply this. Now I feel like it's half that, right? And on shorter videos, it's even faster. So, okay, let's actually just check in here. The fact that this video is loaded, I think says a lot. It'll still take a couple of minutes. I'm not going to sit here and just wait for it, but I think you'll just have to trust my opinion on this. It generally is very, very fast compared to what it was, especially. Okay. So let's start off in Underlord with where's this going to go? With the sound good section. Again, Underlord, access it right here. I have a demo project loaded in. This is actually a video I've already published with using Descript, but I reloaded it again with raw footage so I could show you some things. So we'll start with actually these. Edit for clarity and remove retakes. So in my file here, you can even see I recorded a couple of different intros. I said intro take 1, and then I did intro take 2, intro take 3, and then an intro take 4. I said that was good. We'll try it one more time. Intro take 4. So remove retakes is generally the first thing that I have been doing in this thing. A lot of what this does is remove the really obvious stuff. And I tell you this on purpose. By the way, one of my favorite parts here is copy edits to new composition, and which you can access from right here, by the way. So you can see I applied those edits, but my original composition, those raw files that I loaded in, are still available. So I actually really appreciate this feature. It's like non-destructive editing. I use this exclusively for the videos I've done so far. I've had like 7 different compositions in here just because I like it that way. I can always like go back very quickly if I did something really stupid. So this did a good job. If I just hit play,
Well, hello
there was some
there,
silence that needs to be taken out. But the point is, it took out the really obvious edits. This is important because edit for clarity is not that. Edit for clarity, it's a little bit more fine-tuned. And by the way, I think some of these kind of they have overlap in functionality. Remove filler words has been in Descript like almost since the beginning, and it's exactly what it sounds like, right? Remove ums and uhs, and you can actually select the filler words. You can actually fine-tune which words you want to edit out and that sort of stuff. Now I just use edit for clarity, and it kind of does this by itself, like automatically. This will actually make very small content edits. That's different. The other one was more like removing mistakes. And this might do a little bit of that as well, but it will also edit some very, very tiny content edits, meaning stuff that I might have left in here if I were just removing filler words. I'm going to trust it. This is generally how I roll. There might be like one or two more things in here. So if you've watched any of my other videos, which I'm assuming you haven't, I'm actually a big fan of NuFi, I think. So that's a content edit. That was not a mistake. That was actually what I wanted to be in the video, but Edit for Clarity took that out. And maybe I want that in there, maybe I don't. I'll show you the nice thing about this. Accept all deletions. Yep, that's fine. Accept all deletions. I don't know why I didn't automatically go back, but there you go. So I see. I don't want to do that. So I would probably like undo this. There. You didn't want to do? Command Z, baby. Command Z. And I'll show you. Let's do Edit for Clarity again. Luckily, this only takes a couple of seconds, which I'm really happy with. You can, I'm going to play apply edits to script. Okay, there we go. You go back. I don't want to delete that. Here's that thing. So you can actually just click on this and then click the undo button here, restore button, and then boom, it's back in, right? So after I go through these Underlord features, I'll generally do these immediately, by the way. I'll do like shorten, remove retakes, edit for clarity. Hang on, I wrote this down. Remove retakes, edit for clarity, shorten word gaps, studio sound, and then I will proceed to actually go through and edit, which I usually do at like 1.25, 1.5x speed. And I'll literally just like let it go and just click stuff, right? I'll be like, click undo. And it's super fast, right? This is how I prefer to do it. You might do it differently, but that's okay. So remove retakes, takes out, I think, obvious stuff, mistakes. Edit for Clarity is a little bit more fine-tuned. It might be specific words as well as small content edits. I usually do, I'm not going to show you remove filler words because this has been in the script forever, but I do like it. I like the ability to kind of check it out one by one. Like you could just hit delete and it'll automatically move to the next one. And so you could just like literally just click the button or not click the button. Edit for Clarity actually does a little bit of that as well. So I'm going to do shorten word gaps, which is huge for me. I like my videos to be pretty snappy, but not like Mr. Beast level snappy. I usually leave it here. I love that Descript saves this, by the way. This isn't the vault. All right, so 0.9 seconds down to 0.3 seconds. There's 60 instances of that. I usually just click shorten all and then I'm done. I'm moving on. Like this video right here, by the way, it says Halo 75 sound test. This is actually like a 3-minute video, but there was no talking. So I did edit this video last week. What I had to do was basically just like delete this and then re-add it. In fact, I would come over to project, which is where you can access all your files and literally just drag it back in. Put it like, and that's how I did that. So studio, remove silences, shorten word gaps, sorry. It did like literally just take out the entire video because there was no talking and I had to make sure of that. So that's something to be aware of. Also, I think you could just like select, if you don't want to do that specifically, you could even just like select some of these scenes right here. I'm assuming you can, I thought you could multi-select these. I don't know, but you could just do this. If you really felt like it, I may have felt the need to do that. Okay, so add chapters. I usually do this last, but I'll just go ahead and show it to you now. This is one of my favorite new features in Underlord, but because it actually does a good job. So you can actually set this to auto. I thought you could. Yeah, there you go. If you delete a number here, you could just say like, create 3 chapters for this video, or create 5 or 10 or whatever. Just do auto. That's fine. It works surprisingly well. I've been very happy with this. Hit submit. It'll take a couple seconds and give you timestamps of what's going on. It just gives you the actual chapter marks, which by the way, you can do, and it will add it into the script over here, which is handy. I actually don't even need to do that for my purposes. I usually just do add timestamps and then copy this. And this is what I paste in my YouTube description. Don't do this to the end because you want to make your edits first, right? So this doesn't change. So come back and do the chapters at the very end. This actually works. I'm super happy with this. This is actually one of my favorite things from the new Underlord features. Just chapter marks. Gosh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So let's move on to the look good category. And I actually made a specific video to test the eye contact feature first and foremost. I'm just going to load it up. This is raw right here. Right now, I am not looking at the camera. I'm about 3 inches away. So you can tell this is like pretty steady shot of my head. I'm not like walking and moving like all over the place. but I am glancing like about 3 inches, and then I actually transition into 7 or 8 inches away, about 7 or 8 inches away, not even looking remotely at the camera. So let's actually come under Underlord here, go to eye contact, and eye contact in screen. All right. So there is, it's applying it right now. Just realize that. While this is applying, this is the shortest clip, 35 seconds long. So it might take a few minutes longer than I normally would. We'll come back to this in a second. I actually want to go over to the web version right here. And here is that podcast episode I had from earlier. But as you can see, I'm clicking around, and right now it's just one scene with my guest. Her name's Sadie. And if I'm talking, it doesn't show me, right? Oh, wait, pause. There we go. So I would go to Underlord. Hang on, it's playing again. Why is it playing? Stop. Okay, I got it to stop. Coffee shop internet. So look good. Automatic multicam. This could be done in the other version of Descript months ago, but I got to tell you, having it right here under Underlord and having it be this easy and this fast is a change, and it has been delightful so far. So I clicked it, and even on my coffee shop internet, you can see it's already split up into a bajillion different scenes where my guests are going back and forth. So now it actually shows me, and down here, it shows my guest. There we go. And it actually worked pretty quickly. Again, I'm on coffee shop internet. I'm using the web version of Descript right now. This is actually a lot faster than it used to be. Pretty happy with that. This is like a must, right? If you do podcast interviews, automatic multicam works super well. Very happy with that. So I'm actually going to just close down this version right here of Descript. Let's go back to my eye contact. It says eye contact applied. So let's actually go back to the very beginning and just hit play, and I'll try and zoom in so you can see this a little bit better. All right, right now I am not looking at the camera. I'm about 3 inches away. And if I move my head, you can see this happens. And this is me actually looking about 7 or 8 inches. So the 2 or 3 inches, it nailed. This is me. I'm about 3. And I don't even think it looks that weird. It did a pretty good job here. 7 or 8 inches away, I can already tell. It's like, wait, what? Are you actually supposed to be looking at the camera or not? I'm a little bit farther away. I'm still not looking at the camera at all. I'm 7 or 8 inches away. I'm going to move my head. I'm going to look away and then look back. And now I'm about 3 inches away from the camera. We'll see how it goes. It's actually not bad considering the way it was. It works pretty well. There was one clip I tried this on. I don't have it pulled up right now where it was not just a shot of me FaceTiming the camera, but rather I was walking around and I was like carrying a package, and it looked a little awkward, but I don't think it's really what it's meant for all the time. And it was literally just me checking out my camera over here for a half second, then going back. I think what this is meant for is what I did in this video, which is if you're reading from a teleprompter, or if you're really bad about not looking right in the camera, but looking at a screen on your camera, this does a good job at correcting for that. So there you go. All right. Anything else under there? So generate an image. I haven't actually used this before, but let's try this right now. Let's say a dog wearing human underwear in my backyard. I'm not actually sure. I don't know what AI models this thing uses to generate images. Well, this would be my first one. So if it's cool, well, maybe I need to work on my prompts a little bit. Not really sure why you would use this or like this. So it's a little small, as you can see right here. It's got a few, some of these are better than others. Super interesting, right? Oh, and you can just click to add it to your screen right there. Look at that, actually. That's not bad. It looks weird, but the AI model doesn't have anything to do with Descript, by the way. Like, Descript's doing its job here. My prompt and the AI model, which is why this dog looks a little funny. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but it has the refresh feature, or I assume that means like do it again. Maybe like do this one image again. Yeah, it did. So it took another stab based on what I did. So it looks like you could just quickly click here and add it to your video, and you could do an effect or an animation. You can have it like pull in from this way. You can crop it. You can do all the things that you would do with an old image. So that could be pretty handy depending on what you need. I don't know. It depends on the type of video you do, I guess. green screen, the last thing I really wanted to hit at, and here we go. It took me a while to get this to work, but I did get it to work. Don't have any green screen footage right now, which kind of stinks, and I'm sorry. But it didn't work the first couple of times I tried it. I think it was actually the type of video file. I tried another video file, and it did work pretty well. Center active speaker. I'm actually just going to do escape, submit. Again, I don't even really know what this does. I haven't actually used it yet. Applying center active speaker to this. I'm guessing what it's going to do is try and keep the same ratio, hence me selecting the ratio, and then moving my head into the middle screen. This would be really helpful, I think, if you had two people in one shot that were talking to each other, two people walking down the sidewalk next to each other, or if you're doing a podcast interview and you have people in the same shot. I think that would be where this would apply, first and foremost. I think that's probably pretty rare for most creators, but pretty handy. And this is in beta. It is in beta, which means results may vary. I'm guessing same thing with eye contact, technically, although I think eye contact actually works pretty well. But it does just exactly what it sounds like, right? Move the speaker in the center of the screen. So I'll wait just a second to see what that does. And then we're going to move on to more exciting stuff, which is all this stuff. Repurposing clips, the big feature. This is what I use the most in the past week using Descript, all of the published features. So while I'm waiting for this to apply, maybe we'll just do a 20-second tour around here of some cool stuff. So scene and layout. I'm not going to lie, these terms are a little bit confusing to me personally, but this is kind of what it sounds like, I guess. The scene, as you know, is what happens over here. It would actually be better if I went and did this other project because it has multiple scenes. These are scenes, right? You can click to jump around here. And if you're in the middle of some text, like right here, you can click scene to access effects for this entire, all the layers, right? This scene is all of the layers, and you can access the individual layers either right here, or you can see it was actually here as well. You can select the actual layer you want to do layer specific effects. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's not very. Record is exactly what it sounds like. You can record straight from here. Screen, camera, audio only. Pretty self-explanatory stuff. Elements, shapes, arrows. I use titles and subtitles and arrows a lot in my own videos. I haven't actually used a whole lot of this stuff. Timer's a great idea because those can be tricky in other video editing programs, adding a timer. So that actually sounds like a cool idea. I'm just going to click that. It looks like you can edit it right from there, change the fonts or colors, effects, animation. That's interesting. I really like that because timers are not as simple as you think they are. Annotations, overlays, frames. These actually take a minute or two to apply to whatever scene you're doing. I did that a couple of minutes ago. Captions, my favorite part of Descript. I keep saying my favorite part of Descript, but their captions, especially you're going to see in just a second with the clips from Underlord, it automatically puts on captions. So good and so easy. So much faster and easier than all other software I've seen, right? I didn't actually mean to click that right there, but there you go. Can't stand when space bars sound. There you go. Captions. I love captions. Also, GIFs. You can actually search for Dwight. Come on. Oh, did I click him? I'm not sure. There we go. Look at this. You can access Giphy right here. It's amazing. Fireball. And then you can just drag it in, right? As somebody who actually uses a lot of GIFs, this is amazing. When I discovered this, I was like, sign me up, Script. Well done, right? I'll delete that for now. But accessing GIFs and putting them in right here is so cool. So cool. Same thing. You can test it out right here in the sidebar and insert this sort of stuff as a new layer down here for background music or sound effects. Now, you probably couldn't hear that. It's like a whoosh sound. I like that. It's just the quality of life things, right? You can also add some backgrounds if you wanted to, if you did like just simple text over backgrounds, no video footage. Stock photos also available right here, and some stock videos, apparently. I have not actually used these. I don't use a whole lot of stock video in my own videos, but that's interesting. I wonder if you could just like search for dog and see what happens. I know I didn't check back while there's a bunch of dogs. Okay, there you go. Stock photo, stock video, right there. I test. Let's actually go back really quick. I know this is a long video. It's still applying. Okay, so I'm actually going to stop. Sorry, Descript. Center active speaker. Maybe it's because this is not the right type of video. I don't know. It's still applying though, and I don't know exactly how long it's going to go. Downloading. Oh, it's downloading the captions graphic. It's almost done. All right, I was just about to go into the repurposing Underlord features. I think I actually forgot to do studio sound. This has been in Descript for a while, but maybe I did this earlier. That was like an hour ago when I was recording this, so I don't know. But either way, studio sound, important to note that it applies to the file, not the one clip, the file. Everything has studio sound. And in fact, when you upload more files where you drag them in from the project, it will also automatically apply studio sound. You can easily click them and turn them on and off, of course. You can do that. Click them here, or you can go through the scene or layer or whatnot and turn off studio sound. But just so you know, it's a file-wide event. Okay, moving on really quick. I'll breeze through these. So let's do create clips first. I think this is the one that everybody's going to use. Select clips. I usually just do like 3. You can also just click in there and type. Clip duration. I usually do like 15 seconds, but you could go all the way up to like, I don't know, you could go up to like a minute. It depends on your platform. I guess what you're doing here. Layouts, you can actually deselect, by the way. I didn't actually realize this the first several times that I did it. You can't actually deselect and apply this stuff, but I imagine everybody will. Why wouldn't you? These are great, right? Browse simplest, there's a ton of them. Actually, to go through and choose, not all of them are great and just done right off the bat. You can see, even these are like, what are these? I don't really know. The ones that they have here are by far the best, right? These are the ones that look like social content you see. They look like viral content, etc. So let's actually go with, this is a 2-person thing. I'm going to click this one right here, and you can optionally put in, describe the goal and criteria to find the best clips. If you have something specific that you know you want to find, you could tell the AI that, but you don't have to. You can just hit go here. And it usually takes less than a minute. I found even sometimes like 30 seconds. It depends on how big your file is, of course. This is a full-on podcast interview with my buddy Casey. It's like, about an hour long, or maybe like 45 minutes long. So it's probably going to take just a few minutes. I will also, while this is running, he mentioned, okay, so here are the clips. Actually, I won't. We'll come. So part of what I like about these is it automatically just comes up and creates a new composition right here. In fact, these 3 clips are now these. By the way, you can actually delete them and discard them. You just hit done and they'll still be here. I think what I like about this is just, it does the tedious setup stuff. Even if it doesn't select the best content per se, I think setting this up with the, I hate to talk about tools so much because you can see it's, by the way, you can delete the Descript logo if you want, or add your own if that sort of stuff. But just setting this up with the captions, the dual speaker frame and mode right
Come
here.
to me and I'd later.
I don't know. It's just the initial setup process of these clips, I think is the biggest time savings here. So, this one actually says 4.5. It says they give you the rating 1 to 5 star based on how viral, how good this clip is per se. I haven't noticed a whole bunch above 4 or below 4. Most of mine have just been 4s. This one's actually a 4.5, which is really interesting. How are your 25 sites, the secret to rapid success revealed? And then it tells you, it explains the clip, which I actually appreciate, by the way. And you can actually click this layout button and change this. I've never actually tried this. I'm just going to click something and apply a layout. So that doesn't look good.
So
I recommend kind of sticking to the ones they have laid out. I wish I had done that. I could Control Z, Command Z, undo it. And there you go. Other than that, it's pretty self-explanatory, I think. I don't know if the AI does a fantastic job at actually selecting which content I would have selected, but I like the ideas. And if it doesn't, by the way, you can straight up just click discard and then run it again. Create a template right here, choose 5 clips this time, and then generate. Right, it's pretty easy to do. Let's move on to the next couple of features though. I don't think I'm going to use any of these, to be honest with you. Translate captions, by the way, is a really, really cool idea. Translate to Spanish. Actually, Italian. Go. Translation review. I don't speak Italian, so I don't really know, but super fast. And quite frankly, for a lot of this stuff, I think we're just going to have to like take their word for it, right?
If you want to search for it, go ahead.
Done. And then there you go. I don't actually have any styled captions, so it's only going to apply to the closed captions or whatever when I export it and publish it. But if you do add captions, obviously it would apply to those. I think that's a really cool feature. I won't be using it for most of my videos because I don't think I will need it, but kudos to them for thinking that and adding it in. So find highlights is interesting. It's not going to actually do anything to the content, but it's going to, that's exactly what it sounds like. It's going to search your transcript and highlight what it thinks are the really interesting moments. And this is cool for a couple different reasons. I mentioned a minute ago that Generate Clips does a fantastic job at all the nitty-gritty formatting and aspect ratios and captions and that sort of stuff, but not necessarily the best way at finding the content. Finding highlights does this better. That's exactly what it sounds like, by the way. Highlights is 2, 3, highlight color. Trying to find a clip where there's lots of back and forth. Yes, I had entered that earlier. You could play around with stuff like that, but I actually find this does a better job at discovering what content is actually interesting to me personally. Like, I recorded this interview. I know what we talked about, and this does a better job, I think, at analyzing the content. And then, by the way, you could use this highlighted thing to create clips or, right? Like, you could use this. Okay. I like that you can kind of just click to go through there. I will review these later, but you can see what it does, right? You can discard, you can just hit done, and then it'll just leave it highlighted. Doesn't actually change any of the content. It just highlights this in the transcript, kind of giving you ideas that you could use for other stuff, right? And as always, another thing I like about this, just copy all to new composition. Big fan. So let's wrap this up. Highlight reel. Okay, this is the last one here. Again, you can choose layouts. Let's do like this is the one we did last time. So this is a little bit different than clips. Clips is like one little section of the content, like a 30-second block. It's not going to choose different parts of your video, different parts of your podcast interview. It's going to be one little one. Highlight reel is the opposite. It's going to search through your entire video and choose multiple moments to kind of like splice up together. I don't know if I would use this personally a whole lot. I like the idea of clips better, just like one little moment to kind of tease the podcast episode on social media or something like that. But I could actually see some people doing like full-on YouTube videos with just your highlight reel. If an hour and a half interview, they might do another video that's like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And with this one, you could tell a lot of stuff. Your show name, you can change this and delete it if you don't want to, or you can like even put your branding up there. You can change these captions, of course, to perfect my brand color, right? And then we're off to the next. Casey is behind blogging guy.
My sort of,
And then maybe I'll like move this up to the top or something like that.
beginning into digital marketing.
But it chooses multiple clips from around the thing. And actually, now that I'm looking at this, it is 8 minutes long, which is about what I thought it might be, right? This isn't necessarily like a social media only thing, but yeah, take a multiple clips. All right. So to close this video out, let's go through the publish and write stuff really quick. All of these are text-based almost exclusively, right? It's analyzing your script for your video a lot and doing stuff in text, which means that it's really good. Like, this is the AI technology that's been around the longest, everything text-based, not like studio sound or other stuff like that. So it works really well. It works really well. I'm going to say this again. It works really well. I've been very, very surprised. I'm going to draft a title here. If you give it optional examples, custom instructions, right, or you could just literally just go. And I have been very surprised at how much these are similar to what I would write and create, which is interesting to me. Sometimes if you put this straight into Claude 3 for ChatGPT or whatnot, sometimes it just kind of like, oh, that's definitely not me, to like massage the AI just a little bit to get it to where you want it. So far, I've been really surprised with this whatever prompts, algorithms, Descript has running underneath here generally works pretty well. And I like this feature follow-up. Make these shorter follow-ups as clutch, right? Halo 75 V2 unboxing interview, right? Worth it? Question mark. Here's your code. Did you fit? Done here. Let's just keep, I'm going to like plow through these. Summarize, same thing, right? I'm going to say, keep this under 200 words and then hit go. There it is. Pete from Heat View. I don't know if that is right there. Reviews the UFI Halo 75 frame. The keyboard, it provides you unboxing experience, Okay. Pretty simple stuff, right? And you can see the, how do you say, my brand is Sheeb Hughes, and the keyboard is the new UFI Halo 75. So that way it'll rewrite it to be my correct brand name. There, Pete from Key Views reviews the new UFI Halo 75. There you go, right? All pretty self-explanatory, but again, this isn't a review, but I've been very happy with these show notes. Sort of the same thing. I actually tried pasting in some show notes from my YouTube videos, and I gotta say, it didn't really copy it that much. Like, I was hoping it would adapt a little bit more of my style. Oh, that was a really bad example right there. That's not the one I normally do. Yeah, this is what mine normally look like, right? It has emojis, it has all this other stuff in it. I thought it would actually copy it a little bit better, and it's kind of stuck to the same thing. Maybe like adapt it a little bit. You could try following up, like add more PGs. I don't know what it's going to do right here, but you see how you could use this tag. I think the biggest plus of this for me, there you go, it used more emojis, precisely. And again, I kind of did this, these timestamps, these chapter marks automatically, which I actually really like. But again, go to Underlord, right up at the top there. You can also follow up and copy this straight in here, this little button. I prefer this, add chapters, just so it gives a little bit more control, I guess. You do 5, submit, and then additionally add timestamps if you want to. So like convert it as timestamps. There you go, right? Or you could just do it with your show notes. You can do that. All right, let's keep going. What's next? YouTube description. So you can see I actually pasted in an example from my last one. That's interesting. It's still there anyway. I like that. So I don't have to copy and paste this every time. If you find one that works, it'll just like auto-populate. That's pretty sweet, actually. I didn't know it was going to do it, but there you go. There were emojis blocking off my things. I had completely ignored it. So you kind of get, this works for now. I'm still really impressed with this. I would still copy and paste this in and then adapt some of my emojis and styling. But just this alone really is worth it to me, right? It really is. And again, of course, you could try following up. Let's go back down. Draft a social post. I have not done this yet. Number 3 is to 1. This is interesting. I didn't actually see this. Social network like Facebook, Twitter, or professional network. I'm assuming that would be like LinkedIn. This is interesting. I have not tried this yet, but we'll just see what comes up with here. This is interesting for a couple of different reasons. I actually had a few custom GPTs that other people have made, not me, for LinkedIn. And they all start like this. They all start with like G emoji and then a headline. And then basically this, which is really interesting to me. I'm actually going to go back and let's do a social book just to see what happens here. Yeah, it looks a lot different, right? Very interesting that it kind of has that formatting. I don't know if it's actually like the best for people, but it definitely, this is consistent. I've seen a bunch of LinkedIn custom GPTs that do the same thing. So I like the follow-up ideas on this one. Add more line breaks. Yeah, perfect. Right. That's better. I like that line break in there. Unbox, test, and deep dive video, blah, blah, blah. From UFI, I would say the keyboard is UFI Halo 75 E2. There. Much better. Don't miss out. YouTube link. And then stuff. There you go. And then you can copy it and go straight. Nice. Moving on. Draft a blog post. Should I do this? Should I just show it to you? I'm assuming this is in longer. No. Unboxing. This could be really useful if you're doing longer show notes. Like if you use show notes for your podcast and like 200 words, isn't going to cut it. You want something more. Interesting. It looks like the formatting. I bet you could do this. Follow. Format that in HTML or Markdown would work fine. Markdown would probably be easier. I'm not going to provide HTML code. Okay, so it wouldn't do that. That's interesting. It wouldn't do HTML, but I wonder if it would do Markdown. Let's find out. Oh, see, look, this is in Markdown now. It wasn't in Markdown before, but this is in Markdown now, which you could copy and paste straight into WordPress, by the way. I click the copy button. I'm not logged in right now, but you could straight up copy and paste this in, and this will be an H3 header. This will be an HT header. It's interesting. Isn't that quite how I would format it? This will be a bullet point list in WordPress. Like this will transfer over. Markdown. Which is really interesting. I didn't ask it to you. I just kind of did it in hand. And that's 1,000 words-ish. Maybe a little bit more. This is great for like extended show notes. I might even have called it that if I were to script like extended show notes. But I guess it is a blog poster. So this other section down here, to sum up this video, this is the name I know. This is more of a freeform stuff. I don't know how much this actually analyzes your specific video. Right? This is for free video, free podcast, that sort of stuff. I'm guessing, right? So we could actually do a new project and like an audio project. Let's say you wanted to generate a script, right? We could do start writing, browse 10 days to speed more. And there we go, brainstorm. Let's say I wanted to review the script software. There you go. Oh, I was supposed to give a question. Oh, maybe. Okay, so it's great. I've brainstormed some ideas for your video script focused on your effect. There you go. So we'll cover various topics in conclusion. So this is super short. That's not a word for word script, but I didn't use that. It was just brainstorming. So you could copy this, put it in your notes, or you could put it in here, I guess, straight away and go from there. So we'll take a look at some of the other ones. Write a script, starting point. It's interesting. I thought it would actually work from this, but apparently not. Examples, 500 words, audience, tune, starting point. I'm going to just cut all this and put it in here in the starting point. Tone, simple, and fun. What about that? Audience, podcast, go really high, 5,000 words. Examples, custom instructions, Sidebar. Great. So again, anything text-based is also going to be super fast, right? Welcome to our in-depth review of that. Okay, so that did not do the 5,000 words, right? This is believing the words. If that. Add script. Okay, that's interesting. So it didn't actually do the word count thing. You could do the follow. Make this 5,000 words and just see what happens. The script offers blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it is a lot longer. That's not 5,000 words. Well, it's not done yet. Okay, so that actually worked a lot better. So just you're basically an AI chat right here in the script, right? That's what this is. Actually, I still don't think it's going to be 5,000 words because 5,000 is a lot. But this is definitely going to be like, maybe like 1,800, I'm guessing, 2,000 words. Not bad, right? For this e-script. There you go. That's like a 5 minute, 6 minute, 8 minute podcast, supposedly. Yeah. Then you can just record straight from here. It's interesting. All right, Underlord, I think that's about it. Thank you guys for watching this video. This was fun. And rewrite. So you could write straight in here, which is actually really cool, by the way. I think through write. And then this is a paragraph. And then whatever. Blah, 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 blah. Add file you can record. You can kind of make this like your little playground and rewrite future. Actually, we didn't do outline. Let's do that. Let's delete this whole thing. So we write an outline. Descript review for outline. This doesn't look that good than the notes, right? Maybe a little bit, kind of empty. I like this formatting down here. That's not terrible. I mean, it's a great outline, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't look that different. Maybe it is. I guess the AI probably treats it just a little different, but this is great. This is fun. And of course, you could follow up, add to new composition, just straight up delete it, hold like that. So there you go. That's Underlord in a nutshell. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you found it interesting. And feel free to drop me comments if you have any questions.